Well, pilo to one and all on this wonderful edition of Mrs. K's way of celebrating the upcoming Pi Day. Now first, what is pi? Pi is an irrational constant in mathematics. In its decimal form, it is never ending and never repeats. A lot of times in math, we use the Greek symbol of this right here to represent pi. In its decimal form, the first 10 digits are 3.141592653. Woo! Well, remember, it's never ending and it never repeats. We only really, I think, know the first 10,000 of the decimal places behind it, but we do not know a pattern thus far about how to calculate pi. So why do we care about this long, strange number? Well, we use it a lot for math, especially when we are looking at the circumference and the diameter of circles, as it is a ratio of the pi is equal to our circumference divided by our diameter, which is also used for our circumference being the diameter times pi. But that's a 7th grade standard. If you haven't learned that yet, you'll learn it one day. But what was really important about this time and this year is let's look at this number again. 3.141592653. Well, if we add a few more little things to this, we actually see that this is also explaining when Pi Day is. March 14th, 2015 at 9:26 and 53 seconds. Whoops, made that little boo-boo. And 53 seconds. And it's not really special if it's in the morning or the afternoon, because why not celebrate it twice? But this is not just Pi Day, but this is special because it is a Pi Day of the century. Usually, we only worry about the first few digits of pi being March 14th, and then usually we might do it at 1:59 and 26 seconds. But this is the first year in 100 years where we can include the 2015. We can include the year in our Pi Day celebration. So the last time this happened was in 1915. And the next time this is going to happen is in 2115. So most likely we are all only going to be being able to see one of these special Pi Days each lifetime, which is why it is super cool and super exciting. So how are you going to celebrate not just Pi Day, but the Pi Day of the century? Well, let me know what you're going to do. Make sure you share via social media using the hashtag Pi Day 2015 or Pi Day of the Century. Remember, you can celebrate in many ways, doing a few math problems, eating things that are in the shape of a pie or even a circle. Get creative, see how you can celebrate it. Also, if you're going to share through social media, you can also on Instagram, Twitter, and Google+, follow me at mkondrickmath and use the hashtag SoMrsK. Last but not least, for my students, if you're one of my students and you don't have any of these social media accounts, feel free to email Mrs. K's school email and I will post it on our class Instagram. And speaking of pi, as I always end my videos, here is a picture of my adorable sweetie pie, Callie girl. So she is saving up all her energy so that we can go out and have a bunch of pie-filled fun on this Pi Day of the century. Thanks, you guys.